Hi, good afternoon everyone. Today's video I'm going to cover the typical costing for a modular cold room. A very in subject for a lot of my friends and colleagues and new guys coming into this industry कि typical एक modular cold room का costing होता कैसे है? What is the typical basis? So that is what we are going to learn in today's video. But before that, a small disclaimer that the complete information or this presentation is only for information or education purpose. This should not be considered legal or professional advice by any means. All the views which I express here, the calculations are done by me and they do not represent any company whatsoever. So, guys, with this disclaimer, I think time for us to get back onto the subject. And I really hope this video makes a lot of contribution in your day-to-day work, in your overall understanding. Ki when a typical company quotes a cold room, how do they do a basis of design of that? Costing of that. So in this video, I'm not going to get into any kinds of details or understanding on a designing of a cold storage. This video will only cover costing part of a typical modular cold room. So as we all know, a typical modular cold room standalone without any combination freezer or empty room, a standalone cold room only will have two sides on of length, two sides on width and a height. So a typical room in feet, if it is 8 feet by 8 feet by 8 feet, we will first of all translate or convert the lengths in feet as a square meter. This is done typically because all the costings or the pricing of the puff panels what we get are in square meter from all the vendors. So this makes our job a lot easier, and in order to make the calculation in more round figure types, I have converted the dimensions into 2-digit decimal points. So let's get started. A length, width and height for this simple cold room is considered as 8 feet. इस 8 फीट को मैंने स्क्वायर मीटर में या मीटर में कन्वर्ट कर दिया सबसे पहले. So what I've done is I've converted dimensions in feet into meter. So 8 feet is 2.44 meter, 8 feet is 2.44 meter. Let's say I'll make the height as 10 feet, which will then come to 3.05 meters. Okay. Now every wall has an area, and what is the area formula for area which we've studied in school? That is the length multiplied by the height. So if you see here, the formula what I've put here is length multiplied by height to calculate area of wall 1. Similarly, area for wall 2, because both my walls are same, so you are seeing same area for wall 1, wall 2, wall 3, wall 4. So इस कैलकुलेशन को थोड़ा सा इजी करने के लिए आई विल चेंज द डायमेंशन ऑफ द अदर वॉल टू से 10 feet. Now you see we have two walls of 7.44 square meter and two walls of 9.30 square meter. और ये 9.30 square meter कैसे आया? Width multiplied by height करके 3.05 multiplied by 3.05. Okay, and then we calculate the area for ceiling, which is nothing but length multiplied by width. Okay, similarly for floor, if the area is calculated like length multiplied by width, we are using the formula to calculate area of a rectangle, and on wall side again we see length multiplied by height. Okay, so same formula gets copied for all the four sides of the cold storage. This is how first of all we calculate the area or the puff panel total requirement. And I again repeat, मैंने इस एग्जाम्पल में स्टैंड अलोन कोल्ड रूम की कैलकुलेशन को कंसिडर किया है. इसके अंदर मैंने कोई भी कॉमन वॉल कंसिडर नहीं करी. सो 4 दीवारें थी, चारों दीवारों का फॉर्मूला लगा के लेंथ इनटू हाइट का हमने एरिया निकाल दिया, सीलिंग का निकाल दिया, फ्लोर का निकाल दिया, और वी एज्यूम कि इस कमरे के अंदर एक दरवाजा भी होगा, और जब ये दरवाजा आएगा तो उस दरवाजे का एरिया हम लोगों ने इस कैलकुलेशन में से माइनस नहीं किया, क्योंकि टिपिकली पफ पैनल इज नॉट कैलकुलेटेड बाय रिड्यूसिंग द एरिया ऑफ डोर, क्योंकि वो एक वेस्टेज में आता है. और अगर हम लोग कॉन्टिन्यूस लाइन पैनल यूज करते हैं विद स्टैंड अलोन डोर, देन तो डेफिनेटली द पैनल सप्लायर विल ओनली सेंड यू द कंप्लीट बॉक्स. सो एरिया इज कैलकुलेटेड, उसके आगे हम लोगों ने क्या किया, एक टिपिकली कोई भी एक रैंडम नंबर फॉर दी पफ पैनल प्राइसिंग पर स्क्वायर मीटर पे पकड़ लिया 2,000 रुपए के हिसाब से, फ्लोर के लिए 1,500, दरवाजे के लिए 30,000। अगर हम इनको मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं इससे हमारा अमाउंट आ जाता है। दिस इज फॉर द सप्लाई ऑफ द पैनल्स। सो इनकी कैलकुलेशन आती है से 1,22,951। Similarly, for description or typical installation, I have assumed 200 rupees per square meter, the installation pricing, and 3,000 rupees for a door. So इससे जब हम लोग quantity से multiply करते हैं, if you look at the formula here, we get the installation amount. So when we add both the supply price and the installation price, we get a basic costing for the puff panels, that is 1,35,617. Similarly, for refrigeration, there are two components, one outdoor unit which is condensing unit or evaporator, and the installation. कोई भी random number डाला, 130,000, 30,000, 20,000, तो 80,000 rupees is the supply and installation cost for refrigeration. And when we add basic puff panel pricing or puff panel costing with refrigeration costing, we get the cost for panels and machine for this typical cold room, including the installation. Now, certain things to be kept in mind. Installation has to have a basis that this 20,000 rupees is inclusive of say 20 feet up to 20 feet copper piping. Anything beyond that will be charged extra. Similarly, freight is additional depending upon what location this cold room is being shifted or is being transported from where. The freight will be extra. So keep in mind these 2-3 disclaimers here, that GST is extra at the whichever rate applicable, say 18%. Freight is extra, both primary and secondary, that is from your factory to your warehouse and from your warehouse to customer. So the complete freight is extra. So this is how typically the organizations do the calculation of the cold room basic costing. I summarize the calculation once again. Length, width, height is the dimensions of a cold room. We calculate area for the four walls, ceiling, floor, door. Multiply that with the unit price of puff panels in square meter and the door. Calculate the installation amount. Then we put the condensing unit, evaporator basis of a requirement, their model number, their costing, installation, 80 or 20 feet piping, 30 feet piping, whatever your customer wants, and then you add both, so to get the panel and machine ka basic costing to quote to your customers. I hope this video, you'll appreciate this video, and this video will help you become better at the cold room basic costings. Thank you guys, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Thank you.